What's up everyone, here at Epic Universe, and we're gonna explore on this adventure vlog Dark Universe here, the new land dedicated to Universal monsters here. We're gonna check out some Easter eggs, check out the food, the characters, the rides, everything Dark Universe. First thing we do is enter through the portal here. There are other dedicated entrances here at this land as it is in the other portals, but we got to go through the main portal. And the classic iconic lines from the original Frankenstein 1931 movie, "It's alive, it's alive." The words that were basically spoken by Dr. Frankenstein in that movie when his Frankenstein monster started to come to life. The mist is ready to receive the guests as they walk in. We got this sort of like tomb-like place right here, Frankenstein Catacombs. Let's see what we can hear in here.
Hello? Is there anybody out there hiding in the dark? Hello?
So you can hear Igor in those catacombs down there, probably just doing taking care of whatever he has to take care of for Victoria Frankenstein here, doing his thing and just probably carrying dead bodies around and that sort of thing. If we look over here, we have this guy over here just kind of dangling on that tree, and I don't know, he doesn't look very comfortable. It looks like he's been there quite a while. And receiving guests here by the entrance. As they walk in, they see their first dead body right there. Now throughout this video, we're gonna take you through different like weather and day and night scenarios here on this land. So you're gonna see it when it's at night, and you're gonna see it possibly also when there's like very interesting weather happening here as well. That is very fitting and very good for the theming of this land. Got a coffin here that's available for anybody that just wants to kind of call it a quits and just lay in here and just for good, or maybe it's just a photo op. Some kind of cage right here in this forestry area. It looks like it was containing something, possibly a werewolf. Whatever it was very, very powerful and strong because it bent those bars, those metal bars pretty good. And this is definitely not made out of wood, but whatever it was, it came out and it's probably roaming the forest now. Got another coffin right here, some kind of signature right here. And what looks like something was burned right here and buried, or probably something just to hold these weapons here. Over here with, I think this guy, yeah, he's just chilling here. We got this holding a sword, maybe a dark guardian to this area before we go into the village. And so this statue of this little girl holding the flowers is very purposely added here because this is actually a reference to the original 1931 Frankenstein movie. This is supposed to be a reference to the little girl that Frankenstein accidentally drowned and killed in that movie. And then that's what caused the villagers to go haywire and try to destroy Frankenstein's monster. All right, we have another skeleton up there just kind of hanging around. It looks like he was holding something right there, that he was ready to be one of those villagers to kill the monsters, but in the process, I think he turned into one of them. And then right below that other dead body, we have a signature of other towns here. What looks like it's crossed out. It says Boo Town, and then Dustboro, I think that's how you pronounce it. Visaria, that way, and I don't know how to pronounce that. Robstra is that way. And just right before we enter Darkmoor, we got this gibbet cage over here holding, that's not even human, it's some kind of creature, monster that is in there. That is crazy. Check that out. That was definitely something that the villagers hunted down and killed. Okay, Darkmoor, this village has a long history. It's a hundreds of years old village here, somewhere in Europe. That's what this village is based on. The gift shop right here, which is close to the entrance of the village, is Dr. Septimus Pretorius. So this guy, this Dr. Septimus, he's actually based on a character from Bride of Frankenstein, a mad scientist from that movie.
To a new world of gods and monsters.
And some kind of incident happened above the shop here. These crossbow arrows have hit that balcony. Probably the villagers trying to attack a monster that was trying to escape or something. Right across the shop, we have this gigantic tower here, bell tower here probably. And if you look close, we actually have a crossbow right there. That probably is one of the villagers, probably ready and handy for any kind of monsters or ghouls that come into the town. That's already there waiting for them to grab and go. And that's probably has something to do with those arrows that are over there by that balcony. All right, going in deeper to the village right here, we got Darkmoor's Burgomaster here. Sometimes you have violin players here playing some music, retelling these stories of Darkmoor, but this Burgomaster is usually a title that you give to like mayors in parts of Europe, mayors of villages and towns. Burgomaster could also be, this could be related to the leader of the villagers that were attacking, that were trying to chase down Frankenstein's monster in the original 1931 movie. So if you look above the Burgomaster's quarters here, you see like these spike stakes up. Oh, we got the bell. All right, the bell on that bell tower just erupted, and that's probably because it's a warning sign probably about any kind of creatures or ghouls entering the village, and for all the villagers to be prepared with their weapons, but also probably something to do with the Frankenstein monster and the Burning Blade Tavern over there. Check that out, the Burning Blade Tavern going into flames right there. It's as the villagers are trying to chase down Frankenstein's monster, and it's set to flames that windmill over there. All the chimneys over here from these structures in the village have these stakes as protection from any possible monsters that might want to enter the quarters of these places. They're already prepared. They have some protection to cover those chimneys. Now the center of this town square here, this village square here, is this well. There is a lot of lore going on with this well here. We have, I can try to pronounce some of that. Nunam oblivescar te sola nostra voluntate esse. The story behind this well is that vampires built this well to kill villagers on it, and the villagers' blood would drain down to the catacombs below, and for the vampires to do whatever it is they want to do with that blood, drink it or do more rituals with it. Right across the Burgomaster headquarters, we have this area here where sometimes there are sightings of the invisible man around here. He could be here right now and he's invisible. In fact, he could be right in front of me. Yeah, he's just chilling there, the invisible man, checking out the village, the villagers, just trying to come up with some master plan for his whatever it is that he's trying to do here. But just over here, you can see a sign, Dr. H. Jekyll, apothecary. This is his lab. This is where he works, where he does his medicine stuff. Dr. Hyde, oh, Hyde wrote over Jekyll right here, apothecary. Dr. Hyde's apothecary. Got all kinds of stuff in here.
You are no better than that Frankenstein doctor.
That Frankenstein is no more a doctor than you are, Mr. Hyde. Stay away, you monster. Hyde, you foul thing. For our sake, just go to the windmill and tell them I sent you. They will give you a dose of what you need. Just tell them Dr. Jekyll sent you.
This Lionhead sign and pub appears as a pub in the Invisible Man movie, so it's a nice little reference. That's why the Invisible Man likes to hang out over here. Right above the steakhouse, we got this ship weather vane up here that may be a reference to the original Dracula novel, where Dracula, he is on a sailing ship on his way to England. All right, so right below the Burgomaster's headquarters, there is a little Easter egg right here. Check this out. There is 428. 428 is the birthday of Carl Laemmle Jr., the son of Carl Laemmle, the founder of Universal Studios, over a century ago. And his birthday is on April 28th of 1908, and you can find this little Easter egg right under the Burgomaster's headquarters. All right, and as we walk down past the village, we make our way towards the Frankenstein Manor, which houses the Frankenstein's Experiment ride, Monsters Unchained Frankenstein's Experiment, dark ride here, multiple animatronics, state-of-the-art technology. And you can see Victoria Frankenstein is busy up there working on her experiments, as you see all that electrical energy blasting off inside the manor and sometimes even affecting the village itself. The other attraction here at Dark Universe Darkmoor is the Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster. All right, over here below the Curse of the Werewolf coaster, after the manor, if you look on the ground, you can see footprints. And then something starts happening to the footprints. And now it looks like this is more animalistic footprints, like a werewolf's footprints. And it's all leading towards the Curse of the Werewolf coaster. If you come by next to the Frankenstein Manor, we got this spot right here, this snack spot right here that's actually called the Lacey's Cottage right here. And the cottage, the family that is based on the owners of this cottage is actually in the Frankenstein book, a family that helped the Frankenstein monster become more human. Here, the food offering is Frankenfriend's pretzel. Here's a image of it, and you can get some warm-hearted cinnamon bites, which I'm gonna try right now. All right, check it out. This is the Frankenfriend's pretzel right here. Look at that thing right there with the a cheese dipping right here, and then look at these cinnamon bites right here. Check these out right here, pretty good. I've had these before, these are good. All right, now we're gonna try the Darkmoor fountain drink, exclusive fountain drink here for Dark Universe Darkmoor. And that's gonna be the Screaming Berry right there, Screaming Berry right there that we're gonna try. All All right, the Screaming Berry. Yeah, berry flavor. Basically, it's just like berry soda, so not too bad. Pretty cool. All right, believe it or not, the Burning Blade Tavern not only just serves drinks, they actually have a entree menu here. We're gonna check out some of the stuff they have here. Besides your mocktails and your alcohol here, they do have these entrees right here. Hunter's Garlic Steak, it's another pretzel, Burning Blade Bites, and then charred loaded potato, Burning Blade Burger, check that out, and a steak grilled chicken skewer. All right, so the tavern from the lore standpoint is a haven for the villagers where they come and tell their stories about all the monsters they've hunted. There are no monsters, ghouls, vampires allowed in here. You might see sometimes characters walking around and retelling their stories about their encounters with the monsters. In fact, if you look behind the counter, you see a lot of monster has displayed right over there, and you have a lot of lore behind them. Some of these monsters actually are connected to some of the older movies, other Universal classic movies. A lot of this wall art retells some of the history of Darkmoor as well. It looks like these villagers were really fighting some giant creatures right here.
We're always recruiting, absolutely. Is that something that you're interested in?
Yeah, I'm interested in becoming a monster hunter.
Okay, fantastic. Now, to become a monster hunter, you know, there are many different ways of doing it. Do you have any personal relations with monsters or anything like that that's motivating you to become one?
I sort of picked this up.
You sort of, okay, now, the Frankenstein's monster, he's a good monster, right? He's one of the good villagers, so fortunately, you know, we don't have to worry about him. But do you see this big werewolf up there up on the wall?
Yeah, the head?
Yeah, absolutely. So, last month, for example, some villagers were going missing, so I had to go into the woods, see what was going on. That guy comes charging out of the trees. One swipe of his claws gave me these scars across the face right here. But I still managed to cut off his head, and I made this pretty great werewolf leather jacket. Not bad, right?
Oh, you're wearing him.
Absolutely. So, if you are interested in becoming a monster hunter, we do take people along with us on our hunts. The first part is you're going to carry weapons, you're going to do things like that, right? Because we don't want to throw you in.
Yeah.
We need to train you on a lot of the different monsters, their different weaknesses, those kinds of things. And then if you do well and you survive, we can raise you from an unpaid intern into a pup. And then once you graduate pup school, you become a full-blown hound.
Okay, and what's any benefits?
Yeah, great question. So we have great vision and great dental, okay? And
That's
we
good.
get paid very well. So I got 500 silver coin for that werewolf, okay? So it is a very good payment, my friend.
Awesome.
All right, so if you're interested, just talk with one of the bartenders and we'll sign you up, okay?
Okay.
All right, perfect.
All right, well,
good luck to you.
thank you,
there.
man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, started raining a bit, but we got to meet one of the monster hunters there, and he kind of was giving me the requirements to be a monster hunter here in Darkmoor, which doesn't sound too crazy. All right, if you pay attention to the conversation that Dr. Jekyll and Hyde are having, they're gonna give you a little clue, and I'll put it right here, of a special secret drink you can only get at the Burning Blade Tavern.
Just tell them Dr. Jekyll sent you.
I came from a tip from Mr. Jekyll for a special concoction.
So I know exactly what you're talking about. That drink is still in the experimental phase, so we're waiting on some souvenir testers to come in for that to be available.
Okay.
I don't have an ETA on when it's going to happen, but that's the plan for now.
All right, so there you have it. They don't have the drink yet. They're still trying to fine tune it until they bring it out, and it's what Jekyll wants them to serve here. But at least I tried it. At least I asked. Also, when it rains, and if you don't mind getting wet, you can come to Dark Universe, check out the land in the rain. It feels a little bit more visceral, genuine, and authentic with the rain. It makes it feel more eerie. as you can see, raining here at Dark Universe, Darkmoor. Gotta probably put my hood on, but definitely cool. Check this out. Check this out. Check out the wells here. Just check out the visuals. I'll show you a little bit of the castle here with the thunder. Dark Universe, Darkmoor at night, completely different changes, more in tune with the theming and the mood that the land wants to set. This steakhouse is run by servants of the vampires from Darkmoor. Check out the theming here. They got bodies of dead vampires here that I guess the servants decided to keep as a memorial for them. They have some more elsewhere. They got some paintings over there that are basically retell history of Darkmoor. Check out this battle right here with all these monsters here. Yeah, so the villagers or the Darkmoor villagers right there fighting the monsters. This looks surreal right here. Check this painting out. Crazy looking painting. And then we have this one over here. Suppose the faces follow you when the lights flicker. It messes with the painting, so it looks like the faces are following you. And there's like something there too. You can see it right there. All right, here it is, guys. This one is bits and pieces here. And this thing right here is basically a stirred glazed wild mushroom brisket meatloaf with charred green onion and mashed potatoes and roasted baby carrots, acorn, crispy mushrooms. Okay. And over here we have the red velvet death, which is basically a coffin cake with chocolate crumbs and puffed rice maggots. Whoa, those are the maggots right there. You want to meet Frankenstein and his bride? This is it right here. Monster Treffen, just right here. Dark Universe, just like the other portals, does have another secondary exit entrance, but one cool part of this entrance exit is the theming going on here that is very much in sync with the rest of the land. If we look at this gazebo thing here, check out how like run down and old it looks. Look at the plants right here. Check out this planter right here, how weathered it is. The one across it, look how weathered it is. Once you walk out and you look out into Celestial Park, check out the planters over here. These are not weathered or old, the plants. Along with the coaster here, the lore here is that there is and this is actually kind of labeled where the gift shop is, the Guild of Mystics right here, I think take control of taming or keeping control of the werewolf here in Darkmoor, Dark Universe. And I guess we could see this sign right here, Wolfseer for the Guild of Mystics, Maleva. I feel like they're gonna have her here as a walk around character one day. There you go, the Curse of the Werewolf coaster. What did you think? You saw some clips right there. Wish it was just a little bit longer, but everything that's on that coaster, the elements, the speed, the spinning, really good stuff. We're gonna go ahead and explore the manor here and see what Victoria Frankenstein is up to. So So this looks like it's some kind of family tree, kind of connecting Victoria Frankenstein back to her great-great-grandfather, Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein from the original movies and novel. Now the really weird thing here is, I wonder who that couple is. If I figured it out, I'll add an extra clip here, or I'll add a graphic title here over this clip right here. But check out also the newspaper headlines over here. So it looks like it's recounting that Victoria Frankenstein is reviving the Frankenstein Manor and the experiments of her great-great-grandfather, and the village people are kind of concerned about that. The village people from the Darkmoor village. The original Frankenstein monster right there from the original movie. Victoria Frankenstein has kept the body here of this original monster created by her great-great-grandfather. Alright, from the staircase all the way down here to this room where Dr. Frankenstein has some footage of her team capturing some of the monsters. Right here on this side, we see the windmill right here churning. This is actually geographically correct. The windmill out there in Darkmoor would be in the same spot where this window is showing it, and the town. So I just got out of the ride. The ride itself has almost every single classic Universal monsters represented on Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment. You can see the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Phantom of the Opera, Quasimodo, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. You see a lot of classic monsters there. The only one that I've noticed that people do say that doesn't really make an appearance in there is the Bride of Frankenstein. But if she does show up in the ride, let me know in the comments. At least you can still meet her here. And a lot of the characters that are referenced here in the land do come out in the original Bride of Frankenstein movie. That's gonna do it. Dark Universe, Darkmoor guide here at Epic Universe. Let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, hit that like button. In the meantime, I'll see you guys next time.